Hey there, this is the Mighty Quinn. This is my 4 month on testosterone transition video. I just got done watching the ESPN award, Asher or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't follow sports. But anyway, the award for Caitlyn Jenner, and wow, they did that really well, and I'm really glad that they showed the emotion and the struggle with all of that instead of the cold hard facts like I've had this surgery and this, and wow, I think they portrayed it very well. I'm very happy about that. So anyway, so focus back on my transition. I am definitely getting more facial hair. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see? Hard to tell in video. You can see it. I have hair here, there. I'm working on my little, I forget what that's called, but all under here. I have a very fun problem. It's ridiculous, but it's fun. Is that I like having facial hair as much as I like shaving it every day. That's still fun. So it's this. Okay, I like to play with it and look at it, but I also like to shave it. Oh, what a dork. So, I really wanted like a goatee and a soul patch. That's what I was talking about. Love a soul patch. So, I just shaved this area so I can get my shaving fix. I have the old school shaving, yeah. Oh my God, I'm becoming a hipster. And, so that's been really fun. If you haven't noticed already, my voice is much lower. I'm tired, so that always makes it lower. But yeah, it's consistently lower now, which is great. It's cracking, though, which is fun. It's just fun. It's hilarious, you know. My roommate and I are quite ridiculous. We like to sing everything. We make up jingles about everything. And I try to sing jingles about stupid crap. And I can't anymore. I can't figure out where. I mean, of course it's off key. That's half the fun, is singing loudly off key with a very stupid song that you just made up. But I can't figure out where my voice wants to be on the note range, you know. I've heard it in Sweat Lodge Crack a few times, you know, which I have to stop and giggle. I don't know if anybody else is enjoying it in the dark, but I enjoy it. It's funny. So I'm relearning how to sing badly. You know, it's a skill. It's a skill. What else? High pitched laugh. Yeah, my voice and my laugh isn't as high pitched it is anymore, but it's still funny, and who cares? You know, seriously, of all the things, just having a good time with that. You know, and I think with the voice and a little bit of facial hair, that I'm actually starting to pass in public now and then. I was out the other night with a buddy, having a trans buddy, no less, having a drink, and we were joking around with a couple other guys, and just total guy, just giving each other crap and laughing and just, you know, and he had to point out to me, do you know they're reading you as male? And I'm like, oh, I thought I was being read as a masculine lesbian. It's like, no, dude, they're reading you as male. Also maybe reading us as together, which is different. And, you know, I wish not, because I'm not with him, but, but, they're very interesting. I gotta pay attention to that if I come off, you know, the way that I used to give guys shit and talk to guys as a butch lesbian is one thing, but if I'm coming off as male, I might be being perceived in a way that I'm not meaning. So I need to be careful how people are reading me now, I guess. Other body changes is, I think my shoulders are getting much bigger. I really wish I would have videotaped like flexing my shoulders in the first video. I tried to see if I can tell, but maybe after this video I can put them side by side and look. But I'm gonna do this. So the upper traps are just much bigger. Yes, the acne is still there. You probably can't see it, but I can't see it. I can't see it. But see, when I flex, I've got this, and I've had these before. I absolutely love this curve in my pecs. Never been that big. It has never been that big. And the upper traps have never been that big either. So that is really fun. And then I'm starting to get some definition there. I still feel weirdly naked when I have my shirt off, weirdly vulnerable, like you're not supposed to I don't know. I'm sure that's a mental thing that a lot of trans guys have to go through, and I still feel weird about it. I probably would feel less weird if, my belly was smaller and I wasn't the husky, But there's that, and I haven't been worrying too much about pushing myself and taking my shirt off. I'm like, let it come. You gotta start eating better anyway because of your cholesterol, so just let it come with time. Like I said, I still have some acne. Not too much on my face, and it wouldn't be that bad if I don't pick it and pop it, but you know how that is. And definitely a lot on my back, but I have that African black soap it's called, and I really think it's helping my chest. It's really cleared up my chest, and I think it's making my face a whole lot better too, so I do recommend that. I think it's working really well. I don't want to use a bunch of chemicals, but this is some kind of natural soap, so that's awesome. So with the, like I was talking about a second ago, with the passing a little bit, being a bit careful the way I'm being read, but also, being read as straight white male or gay white male, when I was trying to get into his privilege there, is starting to have a different level of privilege and walking through the world and trying not to, abuse this privilege or empower it and use it to good, I guess is what I'm getting at. I went to see Wicked in the theater. I don't think I've talked about this yet. So much fun. I've seen it before. And those seats at the Denver Center of Performing Arts are made for 100-pound people, which I ain't, am not. And, so I sit down and, with my date and, we're having fun and we're flirting and this kind of thing. And I'm in a tie and looking fly. I'm just kidding. Male attire, obviously, very masculine attire. And, I've always kind of set what they call a little bit man-spreading, but not like the crazy, take up 3 seats. Well, I definitely noticed when I sat down and my legs naturally kind of go to an open stance, the woman to the left of me that I didn't come with had to make herself, or felt that she had to make herself feel smaller to accommodate man-spreading, And I really checked myself, I'm like, whoa, I'm not that guy, So I was very consciously trying to not sit so man-spread, even though it is very comfortable physically and emotionally to me. That's a natural way to sit, But noticing that I am that my privilege is impeding maybe on other people's lack of privilege. I'm probably not wording that as well as I would want. I'm much better on paper, edit, spell check, whatnot. But, it's something to be aware of, And I've heard other trans guys talk about once they start passing is noting their privilege and don't forget it. And I don't want to, I didn't want to make her feel uncomfortable. So I tried to make myself feel small and make her feel like, please don't feel like you have to sit small because I'm not that guy, And maybe I try a little bit too much. I've definitely heard that from love interests. You need to calm down. I'm like, well, I just want to always make sure that I'm not making a female feel uncomfortable or pressured or, you know what I mean? It's important. That's not the kind of guy that I want to be. And maybe I try too hard sometimes, but I think that's better and being aware of it than not. So yeah, that's what's going on. Things are going really well, almost in every aspect. My roommate / ex-wife is doing amazing with everything lately. We were looking at different real estate agents, and I guess the one was in here and, she was talking about me, saying he pointed at me. So, exactly what we're talking about. And I guess that other real estate agent kind of looked me up and down, gave me a weird look, and then continued sheeing. And I was focused on house and other kinds of stuff and ignoring pronouns. And so I didn't notice, but she was lit. She was pissed. She's like, that guy's not allowed in our house again. We're not going with him. I was like, wow, I didn't even notice that. So, ex-wife is coming along famously. And then another trans guy came and helped me take some stuff to the dump and do some stuff to the house. And Annie got to sit, I used her name. The ex-wife got to sit and talk with this other trans person and ask a bunch of questions and ask about his journey. And I think that really helped her. Annie's very, very quiet, and, she just wants to watch sports and drink Bud Light, and, I'm over in the corner, thinking myself into a corner and reading, book after book after book, and, and so I think it's good to see that she is thinking about stuff, and she's wondering about stuff, and she's being amazing. She's becoming an amazing ally, which I knew she would be, because obviously I wouldn't have married her if she wasn't a damn good person. And she still is a damn good person, So just that, and I guess dealing with some changes. I'm definitely going to be trying to change jobs. I realized my Social Security, you have to change your gender on your Social Security also, which I didn't realize you had to do. So I'm getting a letter from my doctor to do that, then start applying for jobs. Trying to figure out how to apply to jobs when part of my resume is under a different name. That's an interesting process. And, the prospect of moving to a big city in my own space, and it's very exciting. It's very exciting. I can't get caught up in the fear of it, but I'm trying not to do that. The last few days have been doing really well about focusing on, okay, why are you doing this again? And what are the exciting things? And, and just been absolutely pumped about getting down there, and I run a support group down there, and this last time people showed up, and I think it went really well, and I think it's just going to keep getting better, and so it's good. As far as the PTSD stuff, last couple of months have been probably the hardest ever since, the shit that went down that caused it. So really dark and really hard, and I had a lot of help, not just from therapists, but friends and a lot of people that helped me get through that. And I really appreciate all of that, because, it's hard to see the forest for the trees, and it's hard when you're not really, I don't know if I've ever been that depressed. Like when I was, in bad situations, I probably was, but I was also very shut off emotionally, whereas now I've been really trying to get in touch with my emotion and dealing with stuff. So being much more in touch and open and having my heart out there and then diving back into those memories has definitely made me feel depression on a whole new level. And it was scary, and it was dark, and I got through it, So that's probably, the statistics on trans people whose family doesn't support them are, 40% of us whose family doesn't support us attempt suicide? I think it's a statistic, but don't quote me. Please look that up. Don't trust my rambly brain. But anyway, I got through the darkness, and I'm on the other side, and I'm seeing the rainbows, and I know we still got some more work to do on that arena, but I think at this point I've kind of seen where I go, and that's what we figured out, is where I go, what behaviors I can and cannot do. Obviously no drinking when I'm upset. That's a depressant. It's I don't think people realize, alcohol's a depressant. You think it's numbing feelings, but it's a depressant, And different things that I do that, even to love life, things I do in my distractions, ways to distract yourself, to not deal with certain stuff that I'm actively trying not to do anymore. And it feels awesome, changing the script. And, so yeah, everything is wonderful. It doesn't feel like as overwhelming as it was. I got a lot of the basement is almost empty, and that's a major thing, But I'm excited for the future. I am so excited to move somewhere else. I've been in the same house for 15 years. I've been in the same job for a decade. Job, I really don't care if it, but it needs to change because I'm not going to get laid off 5 seconds before retirement. So yeah, pretty exciting. And, from what I hear, I've done research on the hospitals where I'm moving. What I hear, they are much more having a non-discrimination policy. Gender identity is one thing. Being able to deal with somebody transitioning on the job is another. And anyway, my old system gets a C. They did do some things right, but they epically badly did other things wrong. So anyway, I will wrap up this video because I'm rambling. But just remember, in dark days, if there's trans people watching this, that means, oh look, I found the bottom. There's only ways to go up. And thank you to all the people that helped me. You know who you are. They know what they did, even though I keep saying thank you. I hope they know what they did, and I'm so excited for everything. I'm so excited that ESPN delved into the struggles of being a trans person. Holy shit. And one of the statements at the end of that was, if Caitlyn Jenner coming out keeps one person from committing suicide, then she's a hero, and she's a hero. She's already a hero. That's amazing to share what they did. And I don't know if she had part of it, any say on how it was portrayed. They didn't focus on the medical stuff, the hormones and the surgery. They focused on the struggle and the emotion and what we do and how it affects our entire life. People say, well, geez, no, you can't be truly open and have a truly good, healthy, loving relationship if you're hiding this huge thing. You can't do it. I used to think that if I came out and I transitioned, I'd never find love. Well, I was certainly never going to find love running from myself. And hiding myself from myself, or whatever you want to call it, never going to happen. It's actually a better chance. If that's one of the thoughts in your head of why I can't transition, no, you have a much better chance finding love. The fairy tale, over romantic. Yes, I'm that dude. Send flowers for no reason, love after transition. Or not necessarily medical, let me say that correctly, after you acknowledge who you are and decide what you want to do about it. When I say transition, I don't mean you have to have surgery, hormones, all of that, because that is not, some people's medically can, some people don't think they need that. What transition is a very broad word, but after acknowledging yourself, coming to peace with yourself, and deciding what to do, that's when you are capable of having storybook, love, soulmate, whatever you want to call it, So anyway, go ESPN. I'm not really into sports. I can't believe I said that. Online, But, and I hope everybody's having a wonderful summer. Hang in there. Remember to look for the rainbows in the storm clouds. And love and peace. That's what I always sign off with. Love and peace. All right, bye.